Thank you very much. When I came over this morning, I thought, well, 7:30, chance to be alone. And here we are, enormous turnout, the largest ever, I guess, in the 30 years history of CVT. And I congratulate you for being here. And I'm thrilled to join with you in the marvelous work of this organization. Scott, thank you for your kind words. It's always a pleasure to be associated with CVT. When people ask about Minnesota, coming from the outside, I always summarize by saying, well, you know, we're utopia. And we do things right, and we have values, and we have principles, and we try to act on them. And my first exhibit in that argument is the marvelous work of this organization. Minnesota is known for its commitment to social justice, to civil rights, to equality, for human rights, and we're all proud every bit of it. And I think the work done by the Center for Victims of Torture, based right here in our state, which is rebuilding the lives of survivors of torture from around the world, the lives of people who have endured the very worst aspects of human cruelty imaginable. The fact that they're taken care of here in Minnesota, both including nationally tortured survivors, that they come here and welcome, that we care for them, that they begin to restore their hope here. We've got to be really proud that that's happening and that this organization is doing it. As you know, this organization celebrates its 30th year. I spoke recently to Kurt, and he tells me that CVT has worked with more than 30,000 survivors of torture and war atrocities. I think 30,000, that's larger than a lot of our cities from around the world. That when they come here, they're broken. They are still living in the middle of their awful trauma. And then CVT greets them, allows them to begin what is sometimes a long journey toward healing. They receive counseling, social services, medical care, physical therapy, and hope begins to reappear in their lives. I've been associated with CVT from the earliest years. I remember getting calls from Doug Johnson all the time telling me what to do. And one year we brought Secretary of State Warren Christopher over to the headquarters. And Warren got a chance to meet with victims there, hear what they've been going through, hear what CVT was doing. He's an old friend of mine, and he told me he came away really impressed by this remarkable, one-of-a-kind national organization. And I want to mention the tireless work CVT has done to bring to life the truth about the shameful U.S. post-9/11 torture. You know, as an American, being a part of a country that was more than any other nation responsible for the international agreements against torture, that was our idea. We pushed it through. To have our nation then turn around and through a bunch of phony, bizarre legal opinions issued in secret, try to change our nation into one that supports, funds, and engineers torture. That was a big issue. It still is a big issue because we better watch it. I'll tell you, one thing I've learned, you know, I have been around a long time. And one of the things I've learned, if something bad happens and you take care of it, that's not the end of it. It's liable to reappear. And we've been warned once, we've seen that this can happen, and it's very important for us to be on the alert, to make certain that our laws against torture are working, that our institutions, like the intelligence committees, which are supposed to be looking into these matters, are on top of these issues all the time, and that we support leaders who have worked against torture. None more impressive than John McCain. When he talks about torture, he knows what he's talking about. And the worst point in this campaign is when I heard somebody say that John McCain was not a hero. Well, he's a hero to me, and he's a hero to most Americans when you think of what he went through. And John McCain knows about this issue and has been fighting against torture all the way through. So we got to stay with those issues and be on top of them. And that's another reason to support this remarkable organization. This is the largest organization of its kind in the world, and most of us believe it's the best of its kind in the world. And it's located right in our state of Minnesota. An organization that works every day on human rights and human dignity. I'm glad to be here, and I welcome you all to this morning's special event. Thank you.